WEFUNK. We funk.
But honestly, especially now here in Corona-Ville, in the coronavirus dating world, the whole mating world on Zoom and online especially is now like the main form of dating here, as like, you know, the online, thank God for all these websites and the online dating world already, because what would the singles do without it here in coronavirus?
And I want to be hopeful, and I want to say that that can work and lead to something. But honestly, I can hide so much on Zoom. Like,
I mean, we can't even see your shitty apartment. All we can see is like thoughtful hearts in a loving relationship. That's
you can't see the damage behind me. Like,
yeah,
you can't see anything. I could pretend to be anybody I want. I could make you think I'm British if I felt like it, you know?
No, I mean, definitely. And the whole, like, you know, online dating, like, dating profile culture of just the swiping right or left. You just feel like Caesar giving thumbs up, thumbs down based on, like, a thumbnail picture of how they may or may not be presenting themselves, you know? Like, I'm not handy with these fucking cameras. I'm going to look like an asshole on my picture because I don't know any better, you know? So the next guy's using filters and
give yourself like a good light in your face, and then hold the camera a little bit above you, and you'll look good.
Okay, I see.
And wear a nice shirt.
All right, well, I don't have a. Does a Mets hoodie qualify? Because
it'll get not with a Yankees fan, and you'll be shit out of luck.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But honestly, as I do feel that you need a little bit of a personal spark in the dating world.
But that being said, I met my husband online, because if I hadn't gone online and looked to meet somebody outside of the comedy field, that's all I met.
Okay, that's true. That's true. I mean, that is, I'd say, the biggest problem for people in the dating world is being so busy. Kind of the only people you ever in your dating pool are the people that you meet in your own world. So you had to go. So you had success online.
Yeah, on Plenty of Fish.
Okay, that was the website. It wasn't on a virtual game show. That would be the perfect story for your.
Him on, this was years ago. We've been together a long time now. So I met him on Plenty of Fish, which is basically a hookup site.
Okay,
so
nice.
I'm not anti meeting online, and I'm not anti any of this stuff. I know a good amount of people who do things like have long distance relationships, and they think they're in a relationship, but you're. Rich, I've heard you use this term. You're in a relationship with the representative. Like, you don't really.
Yeah.
Sure. I've been trolling Craigslist for dates actually lately.
Any takers on the help wanted section, or what section you in?
I got one who's coming with a couch next week.
But yeah, I mean, especially now that is really the number one dating field is online, and now with coronavirus, it doesn't make it any easier. Where there's no bars to go to, no movies to go to. There's nothing, you know, like how exactly are people getting the dating done in this coronavirus world?
When it comes to Flamingos, there's a show every Saturday, and then you get a really good feel for the person because it's comedy and stripping, so you know what they're willing to do, and you can laugh with them, and it's outside and it's safe, and so they should come bring them to Flamingos on Saturday night.
No, Flamingos every Saturday is a great date spot, of course, but you're right, it's a good, well-rounded experience. You get some comedy, some erotic entertainment, you know.
We have this week retired adult film star Gina Hyene is hosting. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean that's perfect for this weekend.
I think if people really want to date and meet people during COVID, which, like, seriously, if I wasn't married, I would be dating. I don't think I could do this by myself and be completely alone for a year. I think they should go to a park and take a walk, like, just if you want like some honest.
No, I mean, for sure, that'd be a good for some solo, but people need the connection, though, like you said, for a full year for some people without getting much of, you know, any type of just bonding with another person.
I'm thinking of joining Antifa just for the women.
Some Harry Pitts chicks. Harry Pitt hippie chicks.
I like a big woman.
We're,
I mean,
we're all hairy pit chicks. Who's shaving every day anymore? Why would anybody be shaving?
yeah, I mean, I guess that's one of the Corona-Ville dating etiquette problems, but I mean,
I'm wearing pajama pants.
I mean, that's what we're all used to. It's just like it's trying to break out of your shell to meet somebody. It's just like I haven't seen a face. I haven't seen a mouth in 9 months. I haven't put on like a good shirt in 9 months. I feel like it's going to be a blast from the system for anybody to get into the dating pool, and especially it's like yet another thing that you find that you need to find somebody that you have a good match with, because like just even with your coronavirus comfortability. If you know what I mean, you meet the perfect girl, but then she turns out to be like an anti-masker, it's going to fuck with the whole relationship. You know what I mean? Like,
Or a double bagger.
Exactly. Or like, you know what I mean? You could very well meet a girl, though, that wants you to like make sure that you get a vaccination or a test before going on a first date. And at that point, it's just like, well, like I said, I haven't been out of the house in 9 months. So I'm willing to do anything at this point. But I mean, it's just like you need to.
I don't have corona, tell her. I just have herpes.
Yeah, I know. Now we're going to need to show all of our test results. The STD results aren't going to be enough, but
right.
And
I don't have corona. I have herpes, but so what? Really? Like.
Yeah. But with even some of the places, I guess Flamingos is a good option. But the other problem with going on dates is for most bars closing at like 10 or 11 o'clock. I mean, drunken bad decisions don't happen before 10 o'clock. What am I?
That's all you're hoping for, some girls to get drunk enough and make a bad decision by hooking up with you? You need some self-esteem shit going on.
That wouldn't hurt. That wouldn't hurt.
I'm
But
sure
no, but
you're a good date. You know how to use Zoom. You have headphones and a sweatshirt.
That's the best thing I got going for me is definitely my headphones. These are Beats by Dre.
All right, I need to know this. Are you a Jets fan?
I'm actually the rare Mets Giants combo.
Okay.
I grew up in Jersey by Giant Stadium, so big Giants fan. However, the Mets won me over. But honestly, though, with the maybe not drunken bad decisions, but just in general, though, it seems like going out this time, going out in coronavirus, you're having a good day, then all of a sudden 10 o'clock rolls around, the bars ends. Is it kind of creepy trying to get a girl over your apartment on the first or second date? But other than that, there's no other options for fun. Like, where else can we go? Are we supposed to call it off here?
Everybody's Cinderella then, leaving their mask behind, hoping that someone will come chase them.
Yeah, before the clock strikes midnight, we got to spark a connection here because...
I think 10 o'clock now. If it strikes 10 o'clock now, you have to, instead of midnight.
That's what, like, honestly, for me, not even in the dating world, but just the whole social environment, that's the worst part about trying to go out or have fun in coronavirus. It's just like right when the night's getting started, all of a sudden it's, it's over, and who wants to go home at midnight? You know what I mean? It's just like I've been conditioned to hang out until 4 o'clock for the last 20 years. It's,
crazy.
But so that's been for me, just in general, in the social life, that's been the biggest adjustment in general. But in general, though, but
you've been on a date through this?
Me, I have not.
Have you been on any date?
No, I have not. But so, honestly, like we were saying, I'm one of these case studies that needs to bust out of this coronavirus shell, and get back into the dip my toe back into the dating world here. But. And you found, though, that for the most part, people have been eager to do it. I find that's been, like, the whole driving force of the economy at this point. And, like, the only thing keeping these bars... yeah, honestly. The only thing that's, like, keeping bars open is, like, the where else are we going to have dates to go on? That's, like, the biggest...
Dude, absolutely. They will come to the stripper bar in below zero weather for the strippers. They will show up, these people, every day. But nothing. They ain't coming for comedy, but they will be every day. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not miss a day.
They won't leave
Lying
because of
around
the comedy.
No, they do come for comedy. They do come for comedy, but I'm just saying they come for those strippers religiously. Like, you could shut the heaters off, they would still be there.
I mean,
You
the
know what I
Flamingo,
mean?
the ladies of Flamingo are some.
They're frontline workers. What do you call it? You know, they're
Okay.
keeping the economy going.
If you say so.
You're right. Yeah, they're the healthcare workers nobody's talking about. You know, all the love's going to the nurses, but the girls at Flamingos are the healthcare, the frontline workers that. But
I want to just like Flamingos is very lady friendly. Like it's really, really a comfortable place for women to go to. It's like if you come there with your man, you're gonna feel good about your looks. Like I just want to add that there.
The comics are hotter than the dancers.
it's good for a girl's self-esteem. It's a strip club that won't hurt your self-esteem.
The comics are hotter than the dancers. I'm telling you.
Only Flamingos at Hackensack every Saturday night in South Hackensack. Flamingos.
Gina Hyena's hosting this
Gina
week.
Hyena, comedy and much more at Flamingos in Hackensack. But so would you have any?
Peace night Saturday.
What's up?
Because Valentine's Day is on Sunday.
Okay. Oh, so this weekend,
Right.
yes,
So it's
especially
side piece night the night before.
Come have
side
a
piece night.
threesome with-
Saturday nights
come
for
have
the
a threesome
Goombas.
With your date. I have a threesome with your date at Flamingos for Valentine's Day.
I mean, hey, that's
Nothing
a new,
much-
a very
nothing says
modern
I love you like
age,
the
you
last
know.
day.
But so all in all, though, the dating is going good in the Zoom. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm pretty anti-Valentine's Day. I just wanted you guys to know that because it's funny. I feel like there was a point where men and women were super, super different. And so Valentine's Day was almost like a way for guys to say, I'm sorry for football season because it happens like right after football season.
Yeah.
the Super Bowl,
Yeah, good.
and then Valentine's Day comes. And I think it's like so ridiculous. I think it's so, there's
Yeah.
nothing romantic about it.
No, I mean, I think that definitely girls are starting to catch up to guys feeling that way because in general, the holiday, I feel, is losing. I just feel that, like, the commercialization and the marketing and all that stuff around it has overtaken the sentiment behind it to the point where even the ladies feel kind of insulted or just, like, patronized by the whole Valentine's Day situation, you know? Especially if you are in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, it's kind of just like rubbing it in your nose that you're not in a relationship. Yeah. If you are in a relationship, it's like this is the kind of thing that should be celebrated, year round, not
Every
just on
day.
for
Every
sure.
day.
Not just like,
You know
what,
what,
babe?
though?
I took you out to dinner on Valentine's Day. What more do you want from me, huh?
Right.
Saint Valentine was actually tortured and killed, and I say he got off lightly. All right.
And he wasn't even Italian, much like Columbus, that bastard. He
Right,
fucking,
right.
and he lied to the Native Americans that whole
But
time.
I
That son of a
think
bitch.
that, like, the more couples tell each other they love each other on Facebook, the more I think they actually hate each other. Because if you're living together and you're constantly like, I love you so much on Facebook, you're not telling that person, you're telling everybody else. I feel like it has replaced candy and flowers by saying, I'm sorry I cheated. Like, I'm sorry I cheated. It's like, that's who you're doing it for.
No, you're right. I definitely.
I don't even think me and my wife are friends on Facebook.
Yeah, she's on the blocked list on Facebook, but no, you're right though. That's such a great call that I do think that the romantic post has taken away is the new sending flowers or like a nice Hallmark card,
I wish we could just
I
give
often tell
cash.
I usually tell my husband what I want on Valentine's Day, and I usually just want candy. But this year I don't. This year I didn't because it's a complicated year. But I feel like that takes the pressure off. Like,
I'm trained.
just give me candy.
Hannah Kraus, chocolate covered
Yeah,
strawberry.
exactly. Just give me some
Or
candy.
death.
Organic
It's a
strawberries.
really
This is
big
love.
holiday.
I think you guys might make it after all.
I'm usually working on Valentine's Day. It's usually a great
Right.
weekend for work.
Yep.
It's a good comedy day for sure. Everybody could use a laugh, and they say it's the best aphrodisiac. Do they say that? I'm not sure. I think
Really?
no, I don't think they say that.
No.
They say it's the best
Don't
medicine,
listen to
but
a word
they
you
do say a couple
Don't-
that laughs together. Or no, wait, they don't
Yeah.
say that either.
Don't
But
listen to that. Women always say that on their dating profiles. I just want a guy with a sense of humor. Biggest bullshit line ever. They want the personal trainer guy, the hot dude.
Yeah, seriously.
They don't give a shit. No clown.
Personal trainer 1, Marilyn Manson 2, funny guy number 8.
There's no fucking clown knee deep in pussy. You know what I mean?
This is a circle of relationships. Male comics hit on female comics. Female comics hit on regular guys. Regular girls hit on male comics. That's the circle. I think I said it. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I see where you're going with that,
Not
actually.
true.
Definitely.
I've seen crowds of groupies hang outside the Comedy Cellar. I have seen, Rich, I saw a guy ask you to have sex with his wife because they were so excited you were the comic from out of town. It happened.
I draw the line. I'm not even.
Can I get an update episode on that? I want a podcast episode on that update.
It happened. I saw it. I think that comics can't get laid because they don't know when to shut up. I think that's it.
Yep.
I think that you get to a point and she's gonna fuck you, and then you keep talking, and she's like, "He's so annoying. I'm out of here."
Yeah. I mean, definitely the craving of attention is definitely something that can go one way or the other in a relationship, you know, but how do you find for, like, the mating game? Do you not feel a little bad sending these lovely civilian contestants loose on a date with a comedian? I mean, do you feel comedians make good or bad?
No, especially when I have younger people as the contestants, I'm always like, listen, this is things that will be said and done that might make a normal person uncomfortable. Are you okay with that? They say yes.
Okay.
They're consenting adults. It's not my.
You have to sign a waiver to go out with a comic. But
yeah, they do have to sign a waiver. They do. I'm not responsible for how anybody treats you. I'm not responsible for
the thoughts and feelings of
your bank account information.
I mean, sounds fair to me. And I guess if things,
if he's a professional comedian, you're gonna have to get gas money to get him to stop sleeping on your sofa. Like, just know.
You're going to have to bring all of your... Do you have 4 friends to bring to his next comedy show? There's a lot of questions that are going to go... But I guess if things do go well on the mating game, Sharon can help you take it to the next level, because in addition to being a great comedian and game show contestant, you as well are a wedding officiator. Is that the correct term, or are you technically a pastor or a non-denominational minister or whatever?
Minister.
Okay, minister, that's right.
That's what I am.
Okay,
I'm a
nice.
non-denominational minister.
Nice.
Yeah,
So how's that been
so
going? Has that been? Have you had any coronavirus business? Any coronavirus weddings here, or because I feel like weddings can get put on hold for coronavirus. Datings can. Okay, you have.
I have. So what gets put on hold are the big wedding celebrations. But when people want to get married, whether they're really in love or really need insurance, they make sure they do it. It still happens. So
they make sure to call me, and I get them done.
Yeah, dude, I once. She had to go to Bayonne to do a wedding, and she was terrified. This is during the Corona. She's terrified. I go with her. We get there. It's this really wild-looking building. We go inside. I'm outside the door, ready to hear the code. I forgot what the safe word was that she was going to scream if it was a setup, and I was going to break through the door. So I forgot what the safe word was.
I mean, well, you couldn't be there to witness. Don't you guys? Don't they need a witness for this situation?
They had their own.
They brought their own
there
witness.
to be a bodyguard to make sure I was okay.
But so that was an example of maybe just trying to make it official, or was that a bound in love?
I had a wedding 3 weeks ago in Frank Sinatra Park. 3 weeks ago. Think about how cold that was.
Okay, wow. In the middle of Frank Sinatra Park in Hoboken?
It was colder out there than Frank Sinatra is right now.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. I would have thought. I mean, I know people that have had some COVID weddings, and I've definitely heard of that. But like you said, I think that this is better for the making it official as opposed to the big party celebration that we can get to when we're all vaxxed up in a couple months. But we need to complete these vows. We need to make it official. So get your now. Do you have any other stories that really stand out? Any other weddings you've officiated or?
My favorite wedding that I've ever been a part of, other than my own, was a wedding where the couple were getting married in the backyard, and they didn't have a backup plan if it rained, and it ended up pouring. And I officiated the wedding in the breezeway between their house and the garage, with everybody smushed in together, which is part of why when I got married, I wanted everybody on top of us, because I realized how sweet that was. Well, this wedding was one of my favorites because with the fact that they couldn't have the dream wedding they wanted, I watched that groom run around in circles doing everything he could to just make it good for the bride. And I found that to be way more romantic than any big wedding palace could ever be.
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely there's a lot of romance and a lot to be said just involved in really taking a part in planning and really having like your couple's fingerprints all over it, as opposed to kind of just paying some glitzy wedding planner to arrange decorative napkin holders or whatever the fuck goes on, and really just doesn't have the personality of the couple. And I find that really more and more, I'd say that like definitely over half of the last, let's say, like 10 weddings I've been to have been ministered or led by, non-denominational ministers, and have been what would be considered, less traditional styles of wedding, just in decor, in vibe, ambiance, all that kind of stuff, And I feel that with...
I had one in court. I had one done in court. It's funny. We went in to go do it in court, and I knew some people that were, in court, being charged with it at the same time. It was funny.
I happened to be in there on weed charges, so I figured I'll get married while we're here, But so I definitely feel that's the trend of the future. So when things get better here after coronavirus, I think you're going to be very, very busy, even more busy than you've been during coronavirus, which is good. And busy as well with some comedy shows and game shows and everything else you got. So before you go, you want to give us a big rundown of everything Sharon Simon's doing and where everybody can find you and all?
So my website is Simon Says Laugh. That has everything on it. If you're watching this and you're engaged, please go to Sharon Simon Weddings or Simon Says Laugh. My YouTube is Simon_Says Laugh, and the mating game is on the Broadway Comedy Club site, as well as Viva Live TV, which is an app like Netflix, like any other, but it's on the BMG channel 35. It's free. It's super, super fun. And if you go on my YouTube, you'll also see my news channel X things, which I'm creating more of. This is just funny news program, lighthearted, not political.
We could all use that these days.
Yeah.
I mean, the last thing anybody needs in the world is more political comedy right about now.
No,
I feel.
No.
But I guess so, Sharon. With all that, though, thank you so much for coming on and helping us out, helping the people out with some Valentine's Day dating and all. How about you? Do you have any big Valentine's Day plans for your husband? You guys staying in low key? What's going on for you guys this year in coronavirus Valentine's Day?
So I'm dealing with some very serious family issues. So we are at my childhood home, and he will be here with me with my dad's cat and my parrot. And,
okay, nice. Kind of kinky, maybe getting back to the old childhood bedroom is kind of a role play fantasy for some, I would say. Having sex in a twin bed, maybe like a seventh grade. Like a whimsical seventh grade.
It's actually
you can make a fort with the
blankets.
blankets.
Under another bed.
Make the old fort blanket.
Stay out of that fort, Rich. But I guess with that, have the best time and check out Simon Says Laugh.
Big F! WEFUNK. We funk.